woman thrive. If you look at some of the write-ups and that you see on social media, you see the exclamation mark there, woman thrive. It's not a suggestion, it's a command. Actually. Because when God said, be fruitful, multiply, have dominion, subdue, replenish the earth, he wasn't giving you a suggestion. It was a command. It's a command, a divine mandate, an invitation for you to rise beyond pain. And as I speak to you, I know that there are things that have held you down. Ladies, I stand before you as someone who has been there and done that. Actually, I survived what was meant to break me. Please go to the next slide. I survived what was meant to break me. So it's not a suggestion, it's a divine mandate, it's a command. Next slide. I survived what was meant to break me. If you look at this diagram, what do you notice from here? What's the difference between these two images? That's just cliche. Look very well. Look very well. You said it with your mouth. Please give her the mic. One is thriving and one is dead. Awesome. Please, next slide. Now look at these two images. That's me. Yeah, that's me. I stand before you today as someone who survived what was meant to break me. I didn't just walk away from adversity, I transformed because I was determined to become a stronger and better version of myself. In fact, I transformed because of adversity. I look at the woman I am today and I'm amazed. Every day I am amazed. Every day I'm amazed. The truth is, limitations comes in different forms, right? For me, I went through a series of events from 2018 to 2024. In 2018, I was dead for 48 hours. Yes. And they tried to revive me. I came back to life after 48 hours. And that's just one of the things I went through in the space of that period. Of course, I went through abuse. I went through rejection, abandonment, ridicule, maltreatment, everything that you can think of in the space of that period. But the truth is, I didn't let it break me. And today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the things that I did that helped me. And I trust God to speak to you and give you a word for yourself. Amen. So this is me, right? Limitations come in different forms. Some are external. Some are societal, right? But for me, I survived what was meant to kill me. But it wasn't enough for me to leave Egypt. Egypt had to leave me. Some of us have come out from Egypt. You've left that toxic situation. You've left that thing that was supposed to kill you. But you're still carrying Egypt. When Jesus told Lazarus to come forth, it didn't end there. He said something else. Who can remember? Untie him, right? Why? Why did he say untie him? Why didn't he just be going like this? Why? Why didn't he say that? Because he needed to be free. So there's something called internal bondage. Next slide. Many are existing, few are living. Many are surviving, few are thriving. Right. So you were not born to just merely exist. You were born to truly live. You were born to truly live and thrive. Woman Thrive is an urgent call for you to lay aside every weight that stops you from thriving. Even if that weight is a situation, even if it's a person, an environment, an experience, and even if that weight is you. Yes, I said it. You can be your own weight. Dead weight. Dead weight. Yes, you will need to die to what you think you are, to whoever you think you are, to be who God created you to be. Adversity is a test. It will either reduce you or refine you. For many women, trauma and pain strip away everything, their self-esteem, their identity, their joy, their confidence. I know this because I've lived it. Like I said, I went through abuse. So what have you gone through? I lost my voice. I lost my job. I lost everything. I became a walking dead. So go back to the previous slide so they can understand again what I was talking about. If you look at those two pictures, I was wearing makeup on this one, and in this one there was no makeup, but yet the difference is clear. And for those who asked what year, that was 2018. But here's what I learned. Pain doesn't have to define you. It can refine you. Pain doesn't have to define you. It can refine you. As Maya Angelou said, I can be changed by what happens to me. Next slide. Next slide. I want you to see it. Next slide. This is it. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. I refuse. And that's what I did. I refused to be reduced by my pain. Thriving is not just about surviving. It's about flourishing. Becoming more radiant. Go back to that tree. Becoming more radiant, more purposeful. It is more than surviving. It's about excelling, living with a purpose. It's about fulfillment despite challenges. Thriving is the ability to grow, to evolve, to succeed, even in the face of adversity. God knew that you would have challenges, but he said, be fruitful. He didn't say be fruitful except or unless or when there is no challenge. It is a command. But some of you think it's a suggestion. Woman Thrive is not a suggestion. It's a command. Thriving encompasses a lot of things. Resilience, fulfillment, empowerment. I don't have time. But to thrive is beyond. You have to be in a space where you move beyond limitations. Because if you're sitting around waiting for, oh, when everything is fine, I will thrive. When you have one thing that you're waiting for before you thrive. Let me speak in Nigerian parlance. You go wait, tire. You go wait. Because even as a baby, you come out and challenges are already waiting for you. Yeah. The hospital you were born, maybe there's no lights, but they use torch lights to give birth to you. Is that not a challenge already? No, now help me. So you now want to now live how? Woman Thrive is an urgent call for you. Yes, what does thriving mean to you? Now, if you look at this image, this is, a beautiful woman. She looks really good, all decked up. We know how to wear clothes now, women. Abby? Next one, happily married with children. I see some students here. When I was in school, that was all I was thinking about. Just finish school, get married, and have children, have a job. We define thriving in many ways. So what does thriving mean to you? We all have different definitions of thriving. Is it about achieving career success? Is it about finding joy in your family? Is it about gaining financial freedom? But to me and for me, this is what thriving is. Next slide. Thriving is being who God has called you to be, planted where he has planted you, and doing what he says you should do when he says you should do it. That's what I believe is thriving. That's what drives me. That's what controls me. That's what I live by. Because if I live by man's pleases and opinions, and they are praising, people can praise you into your disaster. They can hype you into your doom. Especially if you have people around you that cannot tell you the truth. You'll be there deceiving yourself. So when I think of a thriving woman, I see a fully yielded woman. I see a woman full of Zoe. I felt like speaking in tongues just now, but I have to hold myself. You are in a conference. You are supposed to be ragadosh. I see a woman that is full of the God kind of life. She is not held captive by limitations. She walks in freedom. So I want to speak to you, woman. Yes, you, woman. You are not just a woman. You are an institution. You are not just a woman. You are a gate. You are not just a woman. You are an office. You have an assignment. You have an assignment. Now, let me ask you, how many of you have ever faced a moment where you felt the world was against you? Like, oh, when the weight of limitations, societal, personal, circumstantial, think about it. It seemed too heavy to bear. Some of us are still there right now. You're like, Today, we're going to journey through those barriers, unlock the strategies to overcome them, and discover the things you need for greatness. Because if I could, so can you. You can. Now, as someone who has felt trapped by claims, a lot of trauma, I showed you my picture. I was a manager. I had 30 people under me in that picture you see on the left. Oh. Yes. Good afternoon, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. They would carry my bag. I had a staff car. I had driver. That one you saw with that. I thought I was okay. So you might think you're okay, but you're carrying trauma. Some of it was not even yours. Your father gave it to you. That's you. Some of you, your mother transferred it to you unconsciously. She didn't even know. Because she didn't deal with her own pain. So you carried it unconsciously. So, as someone who has felt trapped by the chains of trauma, emptiness, unfulfilled potential, I stand here today as a testament of the power of reinvention. I like how this transited from bloom to thrive. Because it's really calling you to reinvent yourself. There's nature and there's nurture. Oh, I was born like this. Who do you choose to be? And that's why this conference, I believe, is happening for you. Thriving beyond limitations. I need water, please. Thank you. And seizing opportunities requires a combination of mindset shifts, strategic action, and resilience. You bloom where you are planted, not where you planted yourself. Yeah, that's my quote. If you quote it anywhere, I'm the one, and it's my quote, original. You plant yourself, you suffer. You plant yourself, you struggle. Can someone come and help me open this, please? You plant yourself, in fact, hey, that's when you will not only see limitation, you will see yoke. So we have various kinds of limitations. Because of time, we'll just run through them. Societal, what they expect of you. The society feels that by 30 you should be married. That's why I wanted to get married at 28, because I was like, I have to get married. I have to marry. Systemic barriers. You have the system of the world, what was already set, and you have to just conform to it. Environmental, some of you know it, where you came from, your background, unforeseen circumstances, and then internal, fear, self-doubt, limiting beliefs. I don't know, it's like my slide turned when I gave you, because this one was not there. Procrastination, all of those things, okay? Now, how do you turn these limitations into opportunities? Next slide. Next slide, oh. Honestly, some slides are before some, so I'm trying, it's like everything, exactly, it's scattered. I'm just trying to see how to work around it. Okay, what do we see from this image? I don't know why I even put the thing down, because that one is the expo. But tell me, when you look at it at first glance, what comes to you? So what is really holding this thing back now? So obviously, the horse thinks it's being held back, but it's holding itself back. That's why I said that you have to lay aside every weight, including, because nothing can stop you except you stop you. Nothing shifts except you shift. You are the singular most important factor in your life. So if you keep allowing everybody to speak over you, say everything, dump everything on you, then of course, you'll be limited. And of course, it will be hard for you to thrive. All right? Now, what do we see in this picture, please? Help me, because of time. What can you see? I need someone with a mic. So I don't know how to come and do by yourself. I like to engage the audience. So please, I need a mic. Thank you.
A young woman by face, but having lots of
Curls.
colors on
Okay,
her
next
head.
slide, please. I love this.
I see a face of an old man, the profile of an old man, and then I see two people side by side, a man and a woman, in that face.
Everything inside one. So do we all agree that we have different... Does someone have another perspective? Your perspective creates your reality. Changing how you see things can change your life. It changes the entire trajectory of your life. When you change the way you see a situation, that situation itself often changes. Perspective is a powerful key that can unlock opportunities hidden in challenges. One of my greatest blessings was seeing my pain differently, actually. That's one of my greatest blessings. Because I feel like if not for what I went through, I won't be the woman I am today. I would not... I know my story is still being written, right? But I have learned and understood the power of perspectives. And it helps me stay resilient. It helps me overcome challenges as they come, because sometimes now pay as you go. In fact, sometimes now back to back. Sometimes as you are finishing one, another one is what? So you can't avoid it. You can't. So now that you have written it down now, write down a new empowering perspective that you want to have concerning that. I had to reframe it. Guess what? Joseph was pushed out by Potiphar's wife. He could have said, hey, my village people, where do I go from here? But he had his eyes on something, right? Guess what? That person that pushed you out is your Potiphar's wife. The person that pushed you out, that rejected you, is your Potiphar's wife. Because without that person, you will settle for Potiphar's house. And you will never get to the throne. And you'll be crying that I have lost my shelter. But can you compare Potiphar's house to the throne? Your story is still being written. So write a new empowering perspective. That changed it for me. I'm like, who do I want to become? I had to change it. That man that abused me was my Potiphar's wife. I am grateful. Sincerely, I'm not making it up. I am sincerely grateful that he did what he did. Where was this woman all along? Adversity bettered her. Next slide, please. Next slide, next slide. I'll come and see you. You have 10 minutes more. Your perspective is your power. Change your lens and you change your life. If I give you yellow glasses now, how will you see everywhere here? If I change it to blue, uncle, pink, uncle, so change your lens. Tell your neighbor, change your lens. Change your lens. See. Next slide. Change your lens. Next slide. Mindset shift. If you're going to thrive beyond limitations, overcome challenges, and seize opportunities, you need a mindset shift. I always recommend a mindset scan. How many of you have gotten into an MRI before? Do you know what an MRI is? Sometimes you go in there, you think you have malaria, you think you have whatever, and then you see something else. Trust me, you don't even know the extent of what your upbringing, your environment, and the experiences you've had have done to you. There are mindsets you've gotten because of what happened to you. All men are cheats, for example, is a lie. There are good men out there. Amazing men out there. Yeah, I like the murmuring. The audience is coming up. So mindset shifts can just redefine your challenges. Acknowledge your limiting beliefs. Right? So we'll just run through and then adopt a growth mindset. Mindset shifts can redefine challenges by changing the way we perceive and respond to difficulties. And it can help us transform obstacles into opportunities for growth and success. So, do a mindset scan. For example, when you go through challenges, sometimes you feel like God doesn't love you. True? True? What's the new empowering mindset you need to have? God actually, no, live, thrive. Let's not be generic. God actually loves you. And if not for God, you would have gone through worse. Embrace challenges as an opportunity for you to grow. Shift from example, problem to possibility. You can write that down. Victim to victor. Fear to courage. So check and put your challenges through those lenses and take necessary action. Acknowledge, adapt, and advance. Resilience is not a trait that you are born with. It's a skill that you learn through challenges. The way you go to gym. Challenges are what do you call it? Gym of life that you use to gym. So stop running away from challenges, okay? It can be developed and strengthened over time. It is not about being unbreakable. It's not Odeshi. It's not, let me continue to endure nonsense. No, that's not resilience. So resilience is a skill that you learn. Basically, you need to have self-awareness for you to be resilient. You need to know yourself, know what you like, what you don't like, know your strength, know where your power reach, and know where you are tired, know when to rest, when to stop, when to pause, and when to continue. Don't go and sit down there and say, hey, I'm resilient, so let me be chopping shit. So giving up is actually a skill as well. So you should know when to give up and when not to give up, but it's built over time, all right? Learn to accept your emotions without being controlled by them. You can use techniques like breathing. It helps. Many of you know how to take your deep breaths in. You know how to do that, okay? So that helps as well. And then embrace failure as a teacher, right? You need to reflect on the mistakes you made and uncover the lessons from them. So it helps you. Let's go to the first one. Acknowledge. Be honest about your challenges. Adapt. Adjust to the new reality with creativity. Strengthen your problem-solving abilities. And you would realize that every time you solve one problem, you have something you have learned on how to solve the same problem when you encounter it. True or false? So if a bigger problem comes, you apply the same principle that you used to solve the smaller problem to solve the what? The bigger problem. And be creative about it. I remember when I went on Instagram, I didn't have any ring lights, 2018. Do you know what I used to do? I would charge rechargeable lights and put it on my face. And put it on a freezer like this, because I'd lost everything, lost the same job I was talking about. I didn't have anything. So I started from scratch. So I put the lights, and I would say, hello everyone, you're welcome to Instagram. You go, no, say now that kind of light that they use. Will you know if I don't tell you? You will not know. So be creative about solving your problems, okay? And then advance. So these are the 3 A's of resilience. Advance. Take small steps forward. Some of us are waiting for the big step. Take those small steps forward, even when fear tries to paralyze you. Seizing opportunities. Who can tell me what you can see here? What are the problems in this picture? Please now do quick time, please. They can, Continue.
Hunger.
All right.
Yes.
So what are the opportunities here? How many of you know that Zoom actually thrived during COVID? How many of you saw the video of the MC that was doing something without music? So for you to seize opportunities, you have to have the right vision. You have to be vision-oriented. Keep your eyes on your goals, on your purpose. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why do you want to seize that opportunity? Because not every opportunity is an opportunity. Some are traps. But they look like doors, but they are traps, right? So keep your vision in your mind, even as you seize the opportunity. So at the end of the day, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise. Build supportive networks. If this man did not have his friends, this challenge would have remained for years. It would have remained for years. So if you want to thrive beyond limitations, if you want to overcome challenges and seize opportunities, you have to surround yourself with positive people. Everything you're going to do falls on this. Verily, verily, I say unto you, except a corn of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it abides alone. When I went through those challenges, I had to die. I had to die to the woman I thought I was, to the woman that God wanted me to be. I had to die to the things I thought I knew, to what God knew about me. If you want to thrive, you have to die. After death comes life. Fruitfulness only comes after death. Next slide. If you have not died, you are not ready to start thriving. If you have not died, you will just keep surviving. All right? Yeah. So death to self, death to everything else, death to fear, death to all the things that have held you back. You have to die. Alignment. Like I said, you bloom only where you are planted, not where you planted yourself. This new year is a perfect time for you to realign. It's a perfect time for you to ask God, who am I supposed to be? It's a perfect time for you to become kingdom-minded by aligning yourself to God's agenda for your lives. Also, check the state of your heart when you're trying to align. What is inside my heart? Why do I want to do what I want to do? These goals I wrote down, why do I want to do them? Right? And align. Rediscover who you are. Challenges can make you forget who you are. I went from bold to timid in a flash. I went from talkative to silent and zombie because I was being abused. How many of you have watched Coming to America? The woman should carry her leg up. Did you see what she did? That was me. I had to find myself again. So find yourself again. Celebrate progress. Recognize every step, no matter how small it is. Stay spiritually anchored, and this is where I'm going to close. At the end of the day, it's not about the notes, it's not about the slides, it's not about what I came to tell you. It's about where God has said you will be and who He has said you will become. And I want to say this, 2025 is not an ordinary year. I beg you in the mighty name of God and anything that you believe in. It's a year where you do not put your eyes on your limitations, else you sink. Just like Peter, the wave was a symbol of a limitation. Look, at the end of the day, what you should focus on is on Jesus or on God or whoever you think you believe.
So I asked about thriving and how your definition of thriving has played out for you. Yeah.
Honestly, that is just my life because I was on a particular trajectory. I felt I had planned my life. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew who I wanted to be. I didn't think anything could go wrong. So when I went through what I went through, it was like somebody put like a ball under my feet and I was struggling to find my feet. And I had to go ask God, well, what did you create me for? Why am I here? Am I in your plan? Am I in your will? And then I realized that there is someone God created me to be before I even knew Him, before my parents even knew me. And I needed to find that woman. I needed to know that woman and meet her. So that's where I got on the journey to rediscovery and rediscovering that woman, right? And so that's why I said thriving is being who God has called you. Once so you come here and you're on earth and you become someone else, you're not thriving. The world can look at you and say, hey, but heaven is not clapping for you because who are you?
Please